Hello everyone, it's Roman here with my new Magicka Templar DPS build, DAWNS Rev. So I'm not sure if anyone is running this specific setup. I haven't seen it at least, and I kinda made it myself already. I was working on this before I took my ESO break. So this is a very high DPS Magicka Templar setup. You do a lot of DPS, the sustain is very good, and you can take a hit. If I would say where it leans, I would just say like in the average with spell resistance and psycho resistance. It's not too squishy in my opinion, but neither is it very tanky or anything. However, you can take quite a lot of hits because you have your shields and you of course have your healing, which is great for a Magicka Templar. But at the same time, you won't be lacking the DPS to kill other people, you know. So like over here, you see I can quickly get my health back up, get my shields up, no problem at all. Of course, the downside of this is that we kind of have low health and we have low stamina. But you can of course change this a little bit in the build with your attribute points. I myself went fully into Magicka, but you can put like 10 to 20 points in health if you prefer to have a little bit more health. So this build is doing very well. I had good fights against Dragon Knights, Sorcerers, other Templars and Wardens as well. The only thing that is kind of hard with this build, as we don't have a snare or anything that really pops Nightblades out of stealth, are Nightblades, because they can cloak away and stuff like that. However, in a battleground like this build is really strong, as you can heal your friends. Even though it's a DPS focused build, you have great healing, so you can save your friends, you know, in case they get low health. Your executes are very useful, and you can deal a lot of damage with your jabs. So the ultimate I'm currently using as well. This build, where I am playing, I don't have all my passives yet, I don't have all the abilities I want, but it's performing very well. So that's just the build real quick. Later on in the video I will explain what sets I'm using, what attributes, what skills, everything. If you want to see more gameplay, just keep watching. Hope you enjoy. Oh wow, that backstab. The guy is obsessed with me. I'm out of resources, oh shit. It's already hard enough to fight a werewolf solo, okay? I don't need you to tag me in the back. He doesn't do anything defensive wise though. That guy just went like fully offensive. Okay, let's get some Magicka up. And let's go to the Chaos Ball now. It was some fun. Dudes! Yeah, just keep running. Do not help me, of course not. Is that my friends? I think so. Should probably help him. I hate it when I fuck up with my weapon swap. Like at this moment I really want like a staff, you know, because if I go in... Okay, let's just focus on the red guy in the back. So when we kill the green guy, we actually get to pick it up and not someone else. Yo, pick it up, man. I will protect you. Try, sort of. We still have it, that's good. Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Fuck! How can I still get sniped like underneath this? What is my fucking... There we go. Just go fight each other. I will go out. That's what I thought. Boat is really effective in PvP battlegrounds. We might actually still win though. I mean, we are really close seconds, so just gotta make sure not a lot of greens stay alive this fight now, currently over here. Okay, what should I focus? Probably this guy. I mean, every green less is one less of them defending the shit, so you know. Damn. Okay. I want to do this battleground without deaths, but shit happens. Shit happens. Fuck me. Damn. I got roasted. Literally. Your team grabbed. Okay, nice, nice. Keep it up, man. Got you covered. Okay, I probably won't be able to survive very long with this because I'm quite fragile. But you know, I just gotta do a little bit for the team as well, right? So... Definitely not a tank though, definitely not. Oh nice, our tank actually picked it up. That's good. Not sure how long he can survive though this intense pressure. Okay, not long. Can't blame him. Let's go. Okay, let's start focusing on the red team. Nice, nice. Let's go, where is he? Oh, there he is. Good job, buddy. I should probably focus on the reds. Oh well. No, I should now focus on the greens without a doubt. Because they outnumber us and it's at their spawning base. So if we green less, will be easier for us. Okay, we really gotta kill the green guy right now. Shit, they don't like this. Holy cow. Come on. Come on. Yeah. 43. So now we have covered the ups and downs of this Magicka DPS setup. We will show you what sets I'm using. So first of all, I'm using the monster set. Pirate Skeleton's Visage. I'm using a heavy piece because I just want 2 heavy armor pieces to make me less vulnerable, give me the extra cycle resistance. So I'm using Pirate Skeleton for the same reason, for the increased cycle and spell resistance. So the other set pieces, we have Shackle Breaker, We are currently wearing 2 Shackle Breaker, and the weapons will be Shackle Breaker as well. So you will only have 3 pieces of Shackle Breaker, 3 armor pieces that is. So which one, that's totally up to you. I kind of went along with what piece of Lich I got, and then I made the rest Shackle Breaker. Though it would be nice if you get a heavy chest Shackle Breaker, because you get the best armor rating from the chest. So if you can go for it, get a heavy chest. So 3 Shackle, I have chest, waist and the legs, and the other 3 pieces we fill up with Lich. So feet, hands and shoulders. And on the back bar we have sword and board Lich. So the reason for this is, as you guys probably figure, when we are having a fight and we are getting low on Magicka, let's just spam this shit real quick. We will swap to our back bar, we place a room with Lich, and it will also trigger the Lich ability. When you cast an ability while under 33% Magicka, your Magicka recovery is increased by 1000 for 20 seconds. This effect can occur once every 1 minute. So that's the reason why we have Lich on the back bar, so we get the set from the Lich. Jewelry is 3 willpower. I myself went all spell damage enchantments on these, because I really prefer to be more, have some more DPS, and also because I have sufficient Magicka recovery with the Lich and the channel focused. So that's the reason why we have that in the back bar. The 2 swords, I gave them 2 different enchantments. A weapon damage enchantment to increase a spell damage, and on the other one I did an oblivion enchantment, because this goes through shields. So the first weave, actually I did this on purpose, the first one will increase my spell damage, and just the second one will do the health. On the armor sets regarding enchantments, I went with tri-stats on the helmet, the chest and the legs. The reason for the tri-stat enchantment is because you need the extra Magicka, and the health, especially the health and stamina is needed as well. If we just go for Magicka, you will have a very low health and stamina. So that's the reason why we go for tri-stats. So the preferred trait is impenetrable. I got impenetrable on most of these pieces, except for the head, which has an infused, because I didn't have enough stones yet to change it to the impenetrable trait. But if you can do it, definitely go for impenetrable. So this is something, if you feel like you lack sustain, you can definitely swap up. You can add 1 Magicka recovery if you want to. And on the X we also have deals 226 Magicka damage and restores Magicka. I didn't really change this because the extra Magicka recovery, I only swapped to the back bar for a few offensive attacks and to purge myself, and if I'm low on Magicka. So that's why I actually kept this enchantment, because I'm totally fine with it. So the abilities, we will start with the sword and board bar. So number 1, we of course have channeled focus. It doesn't only increase your psycho and spell resistance by 5.3k, but it also adds another 120 Magicka recovery. 120 Magicka recovery, well, recovery is based on every 2 seconds. That's 480 recovery there. Number 2 is Purifying Light, also known as Power of the Roll Ball. So basically this is really good. Why? Well, let's read the final parts. Summon an expanding beam of pure sunlight to doom an enemy, dealing 3.5k Magicka damage. That's nothing, not really important to them. And copying all the damage take for 6 seconds and releasing 20% of it as additional magic damage to them. Maximum copy damage is 21k. So basically, if you do damage to someone and you deal for 50k damage on it, it will copy 20% of it, is 10k damage. So this is really good, because you can it's a really big hit. It's a really big hit. You put it on him, then you charge in, you pressure him, and then it explodes after 6 seconds. It can get him down to the 20% where you want to have him, where you can execute him. Number 3, we have Extended Ritual. Well, Extended Ritual, very great to purify yourself, to get rid of synergies. Also great for your allies, everything. Pretty much self-explanatory. Number 4, we have Entropy, which can be found in the Mage's Guild line. So after this, you will have 2 new options. You will have Structured Entropy, while slotted your max health is increased by 5%. Or you will have Degeneration, your weapon attacks against targets restore health. So basically, because I only have this on one bar, the increased max health isn't really useful. It would be useful if you would have it on both bar, and that's why I would say go for Degeneration. That's what I would do. While active, your light attack and heavy attacks against the enemy have a 50% chance to heal you for 112% of the damage cost. But also, you know, this also isn't super useful considering that we are dual wields, you know, so we don't weave a lot, and when we do a weave, it's not a lot of damage because we are a Magicka focused build and we are doing a light attack with like dual wield, you know. So yeah, so neither of these are really that great because we don't have this slotted in either, but if I would pick one, I would go for Degeneration. Let's just pick it. And of course, we need to get the abilities, like the passives from Mage's Guild. I still need to grind it. Number 5 is Total Dark. Now, Total Dark is really great when facing sorcerers, for example. Envelop enemy in light with spear, causing 7.1k Magicka damage and healing you for 6.8k each time they use a direct damage attack. It does not only heal you, it also like reflects it back or stops the enemy's attack. So it's not just good against Magicka Sorcerer, also Dragon Knights, pretty much any caster build. You can however replace Total Dark with a Dark Flare, so you will have a good DPS from a distance. It's a good ranged attack, and also it causes Mage defel, reducing their healing received and health recovery by 30% for 6 seconds. Also grants you Empower, however again our light attacks aren't that great. So as an ultimate currently I actually have Solar Prison here. What you could go for though on the back bar is the Healing Ultimate. I'm actually now going to work on grinding this one up, and that's a really good on the back bar because you want to go for the immovable one, the one which increases the healing after you have done this. So on the front bar we have number 1, we have Honor the Dead. So the reason I do Honor the Dead is because healing anyone who is below 75% health restores 60% of the abilities cost over 6 seconds as Magicka. So if you don't really have to spam it, it's really cheap actually because it constantly will restore the Magicka back to you. That's why I went with Honor the Dead. Considering I'm mostly small scale or solo PvP. I mean, I do battlegrounds with this build and it's really great in battlegrounds. But with this I can heal my allies sufficiently. I'm a DPS build, not a heal bot. Number 2 is Toppling Charge. So Toppling Charge, if the enemy is hit casting, they are interrupted and set off balance for 5 seconds. So Toppling Charge, it's a gap closer, it's a charge and stuns the enemy for 2.4 seconds. Also deals a decent amount of Magicka damage. Great. Number 3, Puncturing Sweep. We are a Magicka focused build. Obviously we go for Puncturing Sweep. We're not going for Biting Jabs. We're not going for the Stamina Morph. This is your main DPS dealer. Number 4, Radiant Oppression. Also deals up to 20% more damage in proportion to your current Magicka. We have a good amount of Magicka on this build, so we go with Radiant Oppression. Burn an enemy with a ray of Holy Fire, dealing 14k Magicka damage over 2.8 seconds. Use up to 480% more damage to enemies below 50% health. This is our execute. And number 5, I have Harness Magicka. So the reason why I also have Harness Magicka along with Honor the Dead, I mean, you can replace it with something like Dark Flare or Total Dark to have more offensive abilities and only use Honor the Dead to heal yourself up. I mean, that's totally a possibility. That's totally up to you. The reason why I have it though is because I really like to shoot, even though it's 7k in PvP, it's still enough. And also, while active, up to 3 times when spell damage is absorbed, you restore 1.3k Magicka. So basically, if this happens, 3 times, you will have all your Magicka cost out of it. So it's almost like a free shield if you get all the Magicka returned. So that makes it really, really great in my opinion. And the ultimate, I'm currently using Empowering Sweep, though the Dawnbreaker from a Fighters Guild would be much more useful, as well as getting Slayer to further increase your weapon damage. So that's what I'm actually going to grind now as well. So like you can see, I actually don't have all my passives yet, and it can still improve. Now the race, I am a Dark Elf, however I didn't become a vampire. And because I didn't become a vampire, I'm kind of reconsidering, and I might do a race change. So for a race change, if I would repick, I would probably go with a High Elf or a Breton. Even an Agonian is interesting, though I would mostly prefer an High Elf because of its great raised passives. So the champion point system, we firstly go off to the tower. I have 23 in reduce the cost of break free, 20 in stiffener when you deal damage with a light or heavy attack. You reduce the enemy's health, magic and stamina, resource restore and recovery. 3 in sprinter, 10 in mooncalf, 8 in healthy. Arcanist, I just went 100 because it's one of the most useful ones for this build. Tumbling 44 and Shadow Ward 41. I'm now getting these both up equally, sort of, both to 60. So I have around 60 in Blessed, 16 Elemental Expert, 35 in Erosion, 24 in Elfborn, Master at Arms 10, Shattering Blows 20, 30 in Precise Strikes, and 10 in Thaumaturge. Probably fucked up that pronunciation. Ironclad, we have 20, reduce your damage taken against direct damage attacks by 40. Spell Sheet, increase your spell resistance. Resistant, increase your critical resistance. We already have a pretty high critical resistance, so 36, 40. If you have full impenetrable, you can do 30. Thick Skin 20, Hardy 35, Elemental Defender 35. I'm getting these both up equally now. 23 in Bastion, increase the effectiveness of your damage shields. Useful if you use Harness Magicka. If you don't use Harness Magicka, do not get any points in this, as you will have no use of it. And 40 in Quick Recovery. If you don't have Harness Magicka, I would recommend to put these points in Quick Recovery, seeing as you will only way for you to get back up on your feet is to heal yourself back up and not use the shields. So for the foods, I'm using Witch Mother's Button Brew, and pots I'm using tripods. Still great and very useful. So if you have more questions regarding the build, feel free to step by on www.twitch.tv/gettheedge. Feel free to ask questions. I wish you guys a great day. I'm out. Bye bye.